Now listen when it goes from the B to the A, how the A sounds quieter. Now the first thought is, well, let's just go in there and make that note louder or raise the velocity. But when we take a closer look, so that note is actually louder in velocity than the other two notes before it. And when you click on the note just on its own, it's louder than when it plays in the sequence. So what's happening here is some MIDI instruments will actually trigger a different sample or articulation depending on how close the MIDI notes are to one another. And in this case, with this NI bass, the notes are so close to each other between them that it's actually triggering a pull-off sample. So instead of shortening just that one bass note, I've noticed that a lot of the bass notes are pretty close together. So I'm going to grab them all and shorten them all by a short amount, which is what a real bass player would do. A real bass player would have space in between the notes. And now the level of that bass note in question is louder, not because we made it louder or changed the velocity, but we made the space between the MIDI notes just a little bit longer that it's triggering a different sample. It's triggering a fingered bass sample as opposed to a pull-off note sample. So when you're troubleshooting MIDI, of course look at your MIDI data, but make sure to check your instrument and see how it's been programmed to react to your MIDI performance.